What's up everybody, welcome back to Double T Gaming. I know it has been a while since I posted a Pokemon video, but we got some big news coming from Nintendo. And it's something that most people may have missed in the press conference. If you didn't know, Nintendo had their E3 press conference in Spotlight on Tuesday, and in this they mainly showcased Mario Odyssey, which granted looks freaking sweet. And I may just have to get a Switch just to play that game. But I think a lot of people, or maybe it was just me, was looking for information on Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which sadly we didn't really get. The Pokemon section of their press conference mainly just covered Pokken Tournament and that it's going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch, and I for one think that Pokken Tournament is actually a cool looking game, and I hope that one day the main Pokemon games have fighting similar to that. Instead of it being turn based, you actually control the Pokemon. But there was something interesting said from Tsunekaze Shihara, who works for the Pokemon Company.
I have one more announcement. Game Freak has begun developing a core RPG Pokemon title on Nintendo Switch. It may not release for more than a year, but we hope you'll look forward to it all the same.
Did you guys hear that? Game Freak is working on a core Pokemon RPG game for the Switch. And when they say core RPG game, they're saying that this is going to be part of the main series, not a spin-off like all these other games have been. Now let's start speculating what this could be. We already have the announcement about Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, so I doubt they're going to be doing anything more with the Alola region. And adding on to that, since the Black and White anime, each region in the anime has lasted about 3 seasons, and that's roughly around 35 to 40 episodes. And Alola, as of right now, is still in its first season, so we won't be seeing a new region anytime soon. Now granted, they did say we won't be seeing this game for probably over a year, but still that seems like a kind of a small gap to me between regions. So what could this core Pokemon RPG game be? Well, let's look at the history of the games. The only other time that the same games have been updated and remade back to back were back with Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2. And right now we're getting Sun and Moon and then Ultra Sun and Moon. Following recent Black and White 2, we got Pokemon X and Y. Games that were completely different and a big milestone for the company, mainly because they're the first games to go on the 3DS. Now let's fast forward to where we are right now. Pokemon Sun and Moon were released, then next is coming Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and next up we got the first major game coming to the Switch. Now even with all of this, I still don't believe the next game in the series is going to be coming from a new region. But I do believe there could be 3 possible games that this core RPG game could be. One, maybe the more obvious one, is probably the more likely choice, is a remake of the Sinnoh region Diamond and Pearl games. The only older games left in the series that have not been remade, and a lot of speculation coming out of Sun and Moon and its references to Sinnoh probably support this theory the most. Another possibility could be the remake of the original Kanto games. And yes, I know that these games have already been remade with Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green, but those were on the Game Boy Advance. And I really want this new generation of Pokemon fans to know this entire thing started in the Kanto region. And the Pokemon Company, granted, is sort of doing that with the 20th anniversary movie, with Ash starting back in Kanto again. And maybe it's just my nostalgia kicking in, but I remember growing up on the Kanto games more than any game in the series. And to see that come to life on the Switch, a console 3 generations ahead of the Game Boy Advance, would be amazing. But for Nintendo to release remakes of games back to back, I mean, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for calling Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon remakes, but it's basically just a rehash and updated version of the Alola region, just like Unova with the Black and White games. But once again, I can't see Nintendo releasing Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, followed by a remake of Sinnoh or Kanto. So that only leaves one option for me. The most unlikely, but the one I feel like everyone is the most hopeful for, is the big one. A Pokemon game like no one has ever seen before. A game combining all of the regions, from Kanto to Alola. I feel like every Pokemon fan has imagined a game like this before. A game where maybe you follow in Ash's footsteps and you travel from region to region. Basically just resetting your team every time, except for that your starter Pokemon you pick back in Kanto, or even Pikachu, or maybe you start in whatever region you want. And when you make it to the league, not the Elite Four, the actual Pokemon League in the game, you call all of those Pokemon from your past adventures back to battle with you. Would that not be amazing? I feel like that's something everyone has waited for from the series. And I don't care how much money that game would cost, because it would be worth every cent. Now the downside of this kind of game coming out now will be the timing of it aligned with the anime. The Sun and Moon anime is a major reboot for the television show, and I feel like it's going to go past Alola and perhaps even past Alola or whatever. So if they release it now and they keep coming out with new regions, it'd be kind of awkward, unless there is some major DLC or expansion packs to go along with it. Also, with a game like this, I feel like this could be Pokemon's like trump card. When the series is officially dying, they could just release this and everything would go back to the way it was. But once again, we won't be hearing from this game for a long time. But I thought it was cool Game Freak dropped this little hint for us in the future. But let me know what you guys think this new Pokemon game is going to be, and don't say Detective Pikachu because we know for a fact it is not that. But thank you guys for watching this Double T Gaming. Don't forget to hit that like button for me, hit that sub button for me. And I'll see you guys in the next video.